Ted Miller III here, and I work with business owners to maximize productivity, to grow, then scale their business. Yes, there's a difference between growth and scale. Don't let the internet gurus confuse you. So my abilities to help CEOs better implement proven business growth strategies and tactics have resulted in me partnering with many titans of industry. Like tip my hat to Tony Robbins. You may have attended our Business Mastery event. Geez, we've helped some star pupils along the way. Rock stars that have surpassed me. Russell Brunson, boy, he loves the Dream 100 methodology that I taught him. And now, for example, Dream 100, fast growth strategy, sexy topic. And people are entertained by fast growth stories. However, brilliant executives lean into what they need. And today I'm going to cover what you need. And that is how to master your time. I'm going to share secrets billionaires know. In fact, I'll cite a story of a billionaire today. Rarely have I met CEOs or business owners who do not struggle around time management in some way, shape, or form. Maybe they need to have more time to do what they want, or maybe to spend more time with those that they love, or have their business run more without them. And if you can relate in any way, shape, or form, this video is going to be for you because I'm going to share those secrets, those key distinctions that can break you free. So let me first start with my favorite. It's my proprietary methodology. The acronym is TPA. If you're taking notes, jot it down, TPA. If not, I'll try to give you a visual on this. T stands for think, or maybe time to come up with ideas. I was really blessed several years ago that I had this idea reinforced from billionaire Elon Musk. He was trying to recruit away one of my clients, second in command. And along the way, as he's trying to scalp this great talented person, he was offering business growth advice. How cool is that? Anyhow, I found this out that he was willing to give advice. I said, I want to know exactly how he spends his time and manages his business. And she took my notes, asked him, and he shared. At the time, this is what he told her. I have 5 direct reports. I meet with them for 15 minutes. So 15 minutes, they're on a Zoom while he's on a plane or something like that. But then the T for time to think, he sat in silence for 15 minutes. Now you can call it contemplation. Maybe your dogma allows you to call it prayer. Maybe you call it meditation, whatever you call it. I just call it T for thinking. It allows for you to have that aha moment where a light bulb pops off. Because if you don't do this with intention, you're gonna at best get that aha moment when you sleep and your soul goes back into that space, that place out of time and space, and you get this awesome idea and you're trying to find a pen and paper in the middle of the night, or even worse, you're in the shower and you got this great idea and you grab the pen and paper and now the paper's falling away because your hands are wet. And I mean, I know I'm not the only one who's ever done this little ADD moment. So if you do it intentionally in your business, it's called T for think. And then the light bulb moment is P for plan. This is where you start sketching out a vision for the future that's better than it is now. So if T is think and P is plan, what do you know A to be? Of course, you already know it's action. The goal here is to have this protocol followed, happening with the without you. If you're the founder, you're the owner, if you're having to make TPA happen, momentum, if you're the creator of momentum, you own a job, you don't own a business. Procedures. What's a procedure? What are you thinking to yourself right now? It's a process from which I've done a thing, and I did a thing better than everyone else because I was the owner of business, because no one cares more than I do. And so I documented that as a process. It's my procedure. Okay, great. Then what's the difference between a procedure and a policy? In fact, I'll give you a hint. Policy, write it down. Look at the word, the etymology of the word policy. It even sounds a lot like it. Policy, police. That's right. You have to police a policy. You have to police it. Now, does policing take time and take money, or create time and money? If you police to a large degree, what happens? Big ass expense. That's called the military. That's called wars. So policing, if you're a small company, you have an abundance of time and money. First of all, locking down a process when you're a small company, your strength is nimble innovation. So you don't want to do that. That's counterculture to your unique selling propositions or your advantage based on the stage in your business. So what you really need is momentum. Unless you're in fast growth already, 25+% rate of growth a year, 100%. Like maybe my client, she's growing 400% a year. And 2 years in a row, by the way, she processed $1 billion last year. So I'm saying take time to work on it. Work on what? The innovation. The innovation that comes from what? That spark, that moment. How do you come up with those sparks of moment? You can either do it by yourself, you can do it with 2 or more like-minded individuals. Think and Grow Rich said, two or more like-minded individuals focused on a common cause taps into infinite intelligence. So tap into that infinite intelligence by using workshops where you don't come up with ideas on your own, you get your team together. If you need guidance on that, two things. One, you don't know how to run a workshop. Proprietary methodology that builds momentum, thinking, planning, and acting. If you do this on a weekly basis, instead of waiting until an issue arises and then you try to solve it, you're getting ahead of it by being proactive. Now I'm citing Michael Gerber's email here, right? Need to work on the business, not in it. And if you can give yourself that time, Elon Musk gave himself 15 minutes of absolute silence after speaking to his direct report. He did this for every single direct report. 15 minutes on, 15 minutes silence, next session. Wow, true momentum. But you know what? Most don't do that. Why? Because you're too damn reactive. What do you mean you're reactive? Energy flows where attention goes. And a day a child is born, the child knows how to grab mommy and daddy's attention, and that's by crying. And then what do you do? Because you're the mommy and daddy of the business, when someone, your employees, your kids cry. You show up like a freaking rock star, rip your shirt open with your big ass on your chest and say, I'm here to solve problems. Now you're a super solver. Now here's the reality. You're in a codependent, dysfunctional relationship with your staff members. You are. Think of it. If your child was crying to get your attention to solve a problem for them, when they're 1 or 2, you're okay with it. But what happens when they're 5, 6, 10, 12? Just got back from a family vacation. Kid was only 7. He started whining. I had to let him know. My favorite story is when someone starts whining, I go, you know what whiners get? Whiners get nothing. I learned that from Mark Lipscomb. Thank you very much. Use it to this day. And he said, I'm not a whiner. His identity. And I said, you're not. And he stopped whining in an instant. But how many of you guys are letting your staff members come crying to you with the problems and you line them all up like a super solver and you wonder why your day's all maxed out? Do you think billionaires take got a minute meetings like that? Can someone just come to your door and say, hey, do you got a minute? I got a doozy of a problem. And you're like, yeah, sure, I'll solve it. Billionaires do that shit? I don't think so. Do billionaires just in the middle of a meeting allow you to just call them like you do with your clients or with your own staff members? No, you got to send out a memo, people. You got to get your team on track. You got to send out that memo because this is like a secret of a billionaire right here, is no longer do I accept got a minute meetings. We have departmental meetings and we have an agenda for that. So if you have a challenge, submit that in writing. In fact, here, let me show you how to do this. That last thing I said didn't do you justice because I don't think you're going to believe how to best do it. So let me solve it for you here real quick because I'm trying to keep this, good time management training shouldn't take a lot of time. So I'm going to try to keep this underneath 10 minutes. So let me finish on this. If you're in a meeting, your intention is to have a proactive session, but inevitably someone goes, yeah, but John, last time we tried that, it didn't work. Blah, and they start puking problems at you. You have a choice right then and there. You can either let that meeting get hijacked by the problem of the day, or you can say, hey, John, that sounds like an important issue. And in fact, if it's important enough, it deserves our attention. But this is not time nor place for us to resolve that issue. So why don't you put that on our agenda for next Wednesday? That's our solution-oriented sessions. I'll have my executives with me to help solve it. In fact, I trust you enough. You've been here for several years. Why don't you put that on the agenda and come up with 3 ways to solve that problem, and we'll address it on Wednesday. You know what just happened? That problem's not even going to be there Wednesday because he solved it on his own. Now you can choose to ignore that. You can say, hey, John, there was that big problem. You were, don't worry, I fixed it. No, wait a minute. What do you mean you fixed it? Did you follow your standard operating procedures? Well, no, I had to make some stuff up. Wait a minute. It's outside of our SOPs. Yeah. Is it a problem that you think others are struggling with? Oh my gosh. Other departments complain about this all the time. Well, hey, John, geez, would you be willing to maybe think through this and present this to our executives to make an adjustment to our standard operating procedures? That's how you have true lasting improvement. Kaizen, where you have a cultural anticipation that everyone's finding a way to improve the company a little better at every single turn. That's what true mastery of your time looks like, is you're no longer the only source to solutions in your company. You're allowing your team members to come up with solutions with you, either through workshops, which you're going to just comment maybe the word workshop, and I'll just send you the link in the comment section below to my YouTube video on that. Or you turn around and you no longer accept got-a-minute meetings. You start doing a TPA process to build momentum. You work on it 1 hour a week, and you spend at least, last gift, 1 hour working on your single most important initiative before you tackle any other initiative in your day. That'll be one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself because you have so much momentum on your side. So I really hope this served you. If you just master a single thing that I covered for you here today, I have no doubt you'll grow a little quicker, faster, and easier. And if you choose to like, great. If you subscribe, welcome to the inside, the inner circle. It's where the finest entrepreneurs come together that are committed to mastering their business. You'll have insights and key distinctions that I don't share publicly with everyone else. Do so, and I'll see you in the inside.